As nighttime falls over Louisville, a dark black sky blankets the streets. There are moments of silence, peace, waiting for what's to come.
Things are definitely escalating.
It's a lot more violent.
The echoing sound of gunfire pierces the night air. It's a shift change at Louisville Metro EMS. Time to restock the ambulance as another crew prepares to hit the road.
Just got to push through it and do your job.
A job that's growing more difficult with every call.
Shocking.
All right, you ready?
Yeah,
All right,
we're all good.
And so the unknown of the night begins. The job is much more than just medical calls and crashes.
The violence is something that we've seen for many years. It's been a little bit more increased in the last couple years.
Supervisor Major Chris Keene has been with Metro EMS for more than 16 years. During an overnight shift, he'll drive around the county, checking in with his crews, wearing his required bulletproof vest.
And we have had some violence towards EMS. There was a crew that was shot at back in, I believe, February or March of this year.
As we rode along with city EMS crews during the city's most dangerous hours, our first call, a stabbing. The race to the scene begins. Flashing lights and sirens part traffic on the way to Taylor Boulevard near Arcade Avenue. LMPD says a woman was robbed and assaulted by a stranger, then driven to this McDonald's near Churchill Downs.
When they arrived, treated it with the dressing over the wound to control any bleeding. So they'll be transported to the hospital to be evaluated.
Almost all trauma patients are taken here to U of L Hospital.
Louisville is so much more violent than most other places.
Yeah, over the past year or so, we've just noticed it doesn't seem like it matters what time of the day it is anymore. Now it seems like it's throughout the entire day.
Then another call. This time a shooting back near Churchill Downs, 4th and Central.
As I'm pulling up, looking around, seeing what's around, see where the crowds of people are.
Police say they found a man shot at this location.
Our priority is exposing the wounds and bleeding control.
Then it's back to the emergency department. Through these doors, trauma victims are hurried into what's called Room 9.
I don't remember the last shift I've had where we did not have at least one victim of a gunshot wound.
Unfortunately, we're seeing that all too often, every day. I think multiple times a day.
LMPD reports show this year at least 32% of non-fatal shootings and nearly 37% of homicides occurred on the weekends. 226 people injured or dead through the end of October, and that is just from the weekends.
I don't know what can be worse than losing someone you love.
Nicole Coward knows that feeling too well. She's back in the place where her son spent some of his final moments alive.
It's like it happened yesterday. Being in this room where my son was brought to. I don't know which bed it was, but I know he was in room 9.
Her son Dookie was shot at his school bus stop almost 3 years ago.
I'm not okay. Not okay at all.
He died at the hospital. She shares her story, saying she doesn't want another mother to hear their child is in room 9.
If I could save one, then I done done what I was supposed to do. But it's not easy. Every day is a struggle. It's one of the hardest things that I have to do is live without my son.
The heartache never goes away. It's real, raw emotion that rips your heart out. This is what the killers are doing to far too many families.
Nobody deserves this. Nobody deserves to play God and take people's lives.
A city at war, waiting, hoping, praying for change.
Louisville's a very beautiful city and has a lot to offer.
As medical staff and families hold the line.
It's difficult sometimes to see the beauty from our perspective because we see the ugly so often.